Welcome in. Good afternoon. It's the Ticket Punchers here on 96.1 FM, 1450 AM, Big X Sports Radio. I'm your host, Roman Kelly, joined by my co-host here today, Curtis Phillips and J.R. Anderson, as we take you down to 6 o'clock, as we do here per usual, Tuesday through Friday on the Big X. We've got a lot we're going to get into. We're going to recap last night's bets. We're going to discuss what those games looked like last night, and of course, talk about what we've got tonight and for the rest of the week. We've got some college football on tonight, more NBA on tonight. We've got more MLB World Series on tonight, and that's what we're going to be getting into today. I do want to let the listeners know that we're taking in all comments, all text on the Game Day Mentel text line, but it's having some issues right now, so maybe go over to the YouTube chat or to the X chat at Ticket_Punchers on X or the Real Spiel Podcast on YouTube, Big X Sports Radio on YouTube, wherever you find things visually, you can go and get in on the chat if you want to. So we can't see that text, unfortunately, Lazard guy, but we are going to get into your tweets from earlier. Fellas, what's going on? JR, Curtis, how are you guys doing today on this fine rainy Wednesday here in Louisville? Curtis, we'll start with you, my man.
Yeah, going good. Everything's well.
Same. Doing awesome. How you fellas doing?
I'm feeling good. I'm doing all right. I like to see that Louisville City jersey on right there. You're repping the hometown local.
Always.
But fellas, we had a pretty good night here on the Ticket Punchers. We had a really bad beat that prevented a lot of money from being made if you were listening yesterday. But we do want to get into that straight away here. JR, you had some winners. Curtis, you had some winners. I went 1-1, gave out one winner. Luckily, that one winner was plus money. So if you straight bet, you're able to capitalize on that. Let's get into it, though, JR. We'll start with you. Last night, you had about 6 props that you gave out on official punches. I believe, from my memory, only one of those didn't hit. I feel like all the rest were pretty good. Let's get into last night's official punches, JR, and then we'll go with you, Curtis, after that.
Yeah, so we covered the Philly money line. If no one watched that game, it was an amazing game. I know me and Curtis watched the comeback. It was tremendous. They were down 8 with like a couple minutes to go, 4 minutes to go, but I think they were down 20-something at one point. So that was a pretty nice sweat to watch them pull that out. I know we took VJ Edgecombe points. That was a loss. We took him on two separates at 19.5 and at 15. He covered us with 14, even with overtime. He didn't score a bucket or even take a shot. Philly did cover the 4.5 as well. OKC money line covered.
Late cover on that one as well.
Yeah. The Giannis points covered, the 31.5 covered. I believe he had 37. And then Bucks plus 9.5 covered as well, or Bucks money line covered. Musa Diabate, I always pronounce his name wrong. He covered his 5 points with 8 points. So overall, we covered a lot. I think we only had 2 losses out of the night, so I'll take it.
Not bad at all. Curtis, you had a couple cool winners last night. Get into your picks from last night on your official punches.
Yeah, so we ended up going 2-0. Both were actually really sweaty, but they came through for us. We had Keyshawn George over his 26.5 points, rebounds, and assists, which he cashed with a few minutes left in the fourth quarter, and obviously They went into OT, so he went way over that line. But Giannis, his points and rebounds was at 43.5. We took the over on that. He cashed that with like 30 seconds left. So he had a very slow start, but, ended up coming through for us. So we'll always enjoy a 2-0 night. So
definitely going to enjoy that. You hit the first basket with Joel Embiid as well. We saw what you did mention on the show, saying you liked him for the first basket potentially. So like seeing that. If you guys were listening yesterday, I was able to go 1-1 last night. We had the Trey Johnson over 12.5 points. One of those weird games for him where he gets to like 7 points super quickly with like a good amount of time left in the second quarter. 1 bucket after that in the third, a couple other shot attempts, and then really just not getting the ball, not getting shot attempts when he does get it, unfortunately. One of those weird games where you see the scoring. We're watching the back and forth, a lot of buckets, but two rooks there not able to get what we need on the over. Luckily, we do make some of that back with the Bucks money line as they were plus money, do a 50% profit boost on that. We also hit the Warriors money line, which was an official lean. that we all kind of agreed on yesterday as well. And fellas, now we're moving on to tonight. It's time to punch some more tickets, see what we're liking. We already have been given some Lazard guy picks as he hit us up on X and sent out what he's looking at in the weekend of college football. And I kind of just want to start with this because we're obviously going to be getting into tonight's props and bets. But fellas, we've seen some lines shift a little bit. Some things come out. Or is there anything we're going to be watching in college football that Lazard guy likes? Because he's sending a parlay. He's got some juice on here. Got 4 ACC games. Clemson to win, SMU to cover the 11.5 against Miami. Stanford plus 15.5 at home against Pitt. California plus 4.5 with Virginia coming to town. I will go ahead and say I do like California to make that an exciting game. And then he's got Utah minus 5.5 on an alternate spread at home with Cincinnati coming to visit. I mean, we quoted it on the Ticket Punchers account, and I like these plays. He's got another one with Rice money line, Stanford money line, and Stanford and Cal money line. I'm sorry, at plus 7,500, almost set plus 7,600, 5 to win, $384 here. What do you guys think about Lazard's guys' college football picks? We'll start with you, Curtis.
Yeah, I don't mind it at all. I really like the Stanford pick right there. Not the best team, but Pitt's not the type to really blow out a team on the road. So getting 2+ touchdowns, I'm really intrigued by that play. And I also think SMU. I know Miami's coming off the bye week, but SMU at home, I think they can probably keep within that 12.5 as well. So I like those Lazard guy.
What about you, JR?
I was just looking at it. I hadn't seen that today. I got in kind of late, but I love the 6 leg with the Rice spread. I was just looking at that. 92% of the money is going towards Memphis on this for spread and for money line. So that one's a little dodgy. Clemson, I definitely think Clemson beats Duke. SMU, they got enough firepower to cover it. A touchdown and some points. Stanford, pretty solid, 16 points. I like that. California, I hadn't got a chance to watch them much. I know Virginia, they've pulled off a couple decent wins. So, I mean, that one is the only one that I really don't know too much about. In the Utah, those last two on that first ticket would be interesting. I'll say that. But I definitely love the first ticket for the 6 leg more so than the money lines.
I think you'll get pretty good games in those ACC matchups. I think Clemson will win. I do think that Cal can cover. Stanford will be interesting just because that new quarterback for Pitt, he has been kind of slinging that thing and running pretty much ever since he's been given the reins of that offense. So that'll be interesting to see. But Cal's offense is able to get some points up on the board as well. So that'll kind of just be who can get more stops, who can force more punts in that game. We're going to get more into those college football games and talk on Friday as well as our guy. So keep sending them in, whatever you've got. Dave, the teacher from Jeffersonville, Dave, the teacher from Jeffersonville, sent in his birthday parlay. It's his birthday today. Happy birthday to Dave.
Happy birthday.
Avid listener of the Ticket Punchers, listens and tunes in every day. He says, birthday parlay, Dodgers to win, Jacksonville State to win by 6.5. That's plus 230. So I just need some good NBA stuff to add. I'm taking the Jacksonville State 3.5. I do think they're going to win this game. I do think they're going to cover, but they still are going on the road, and that can make things a little bit interesting when you're talking about that. The CUSA plays and
77% of the money is going with us on this one for them to cover the spread. So I like that a lot.
Yeah, I'm on the 3.5. I've already parlayed it with the Missouri State spread as well. I got the 2 leg for the 2 college football games for tonight, like Mike Rutherford mentioned in the Mike Rutherford show. I took Jacksonville State. I took their 3.5. Or I took both 2.5. I dumbed them down to both 2.5, about minus 140 on the Jacksonville State, and then Missouri State about minus 130 on their 2.5, just to give myself a little bit of safety on the midweek football games that can get a little bit ugly. If it comes down to a field goal, I don't have to worry about the hook on the 0.5 there. So I parlay both of those. They have a college football boost right now on most books. So I got the 30% on that. And I believe I tuned that one up to, what was it here? 12 to win $40 on the plus 240 with 30% boost. So I'm with you on the Jacksonville State to win. I think they cover. I think they win big. Actually, in terms of betting, where my money's going, I'm going to take the safe win there, fellas. I love the safe win, so that's where I'm going to take it. Well, we're going to get you some NBA props here in just a bit for your birthday parlay, Dave. We're going to get those out in just a second. And leading right into it, fellas, I got to ask what we like tonight. Before you guys tell me, though, I want to see what you guys think of this. Curtis, we'll start with you. I bet the Kansas City Chiefs at plus 500 to win the Super Bowl today.
I love it. That's who I would honestly, if I was to drop every money in my bank account right now on a team to win the Super Bowl, it would be the Kansas City Chiefs. This looks like the best they've looked in really in a few years, and they have so many pieces on that offense. Defense looks stellar. I think the Chiefs go back.
I think they do as well. I just think that with some of the teams that we were thinking that were going to be combating with them, they've looked a bit shaky. Chiefs started the year off shaky and have now started to get back into playing that Chiefs football that we know. Even Mahomes leading the charge from start to finish. That's what we know, and that's what he's gotten back to doing. Granted, he did throw two things last week, but very quickly they overcame that and got the momentum back in that game and didn't allow a touchdown. So I mean, I'm not basing that just on one game. It's more so their last three games have shown me that they're playing really, really high level football on that offensive side again, which, like you just mentioned, Curtis, last year, what did they didn't score over 32 points like a single time in the regular season, or like a 10 game stretch of not covering 30 points or something like that. That offense was still winning last season, but not doing it in a way that we had seen the last handful of years from Pat Mahomes and that Chiefs team. I just think that they've got it. I feel like he knows that what this offense is. He knows he can trust those receivers. We've seen him kind of come like battle with that receiver trust the last few years outside of Kelsey, and he's got his guys now. Rashee Rice coming into his own. You've got Xavier Worthy as well. He's got a 1-2-3 punch in the passing game, which if you give him that, he doesn't even need a running back. He can do the running himself, which he's shown already this season. I think that if that defensive line can go out there and be one of the best defensive lines we've seen it be in the past couple of years, like they've been the last couple of weeks, then I see them going back and winning it. JR, what do you think?
Before the season started, I was taking them to not win the Super Bowl or even make it to the Super Bowl. I was thinking, conference or less. My preseason was Los Angeles Rams, just based upon what I seen last year with Stafford when they had to go to Philly and they almost won that game. If it wasn't for some snow and a little bit of loose feet there coming down, I think they would have won that game and went to the Super Bowl to play the Chiefs. So if Puka comes back healthy, man, the Rams are still one of my favorites. Them and then the Detroit Lions, just based upon their offensive firepower. Their defense is coming along, but I do think that they have the most firepower overall, and they're not even using like two of their dominant weapons with Laporta and Jamison Williams. So as the year goes on, I would like to see what those two look like, but both of those teams are in the NFC as well. So I just don't know what the AFC looks like, man. This Bills game will give me a lot of detail on this particular prop. If the Bills come out and beat the Chiefs in dominant fashion, then that'll tell us a lot. I really don't think the Chiefs have played anybody, high caliber, in my opinion.
I like it. I like that, the Bills take there. I think that this has been a really weird Bills team. I projected them to be very, very good this season. That offense has shown that at certain moments this season, it is the best offense in the league. And then it's also shown that it can be really stagnant at times too, and really, really rely upon Josh Allen to do absolutely everything for you. Part of that is, the Keon Coleman still learning how to be an elite receiver in this league. You've got multiple tight ends that had some kind of injury stuff going on, finally getting those guys back right. And then Shakir, he's just an interesting kind of receiver that hasn't shown that he can consistently game in and game out be that versatile threat for you, right? Kind of relies on the defensive matchup to coexist and be a good one for him. So I can see that. I think I'm going to need more time to be sure, just because, like you said, that the NFC is – I can't get a real good read on it right now, fellas. Yeah. But I do think that just when I look at every team's offense right now and where this offense is – where all the offenses in the NFL look and who I think can get better, I feel like Chiefs kind of sit like they're pretty high up there, and I feel
they got the edge for sure.
I feel like they're not actually at their ceiling.
Yeah, I mean the most interesting thing that I will say is that they lost. Of course they didn't have Rice and they weren't full power, but they lost first game to the Chargers. So I'll be interested to see what the second matchup in on December 14th looks like against the Chargers. I want to see what this Broncos matchup looks like with them, and then I want to see the Colts game. And I think the Texans will probably lose to them, but those three specifically, in the Bills game, I want to see how they look. They did beat the Lions, but in my opinion, that was probably the Lions' worst game I've seen in probably 2 years. So I want to see what it looks like the next time up if they do play, which it won't be regular season. They would have to meet in the Super Bowl if that happens.
Yeah. Moving on here in the NFL, in the NBA, unless you guys have any other NFL futures you want to add. Or
no futures.
Maybe look into.
Too early.
We'll get into some.
Real quick on that tip, Roman. Maybe if Bills defeat Chiefs this week, maybe wait for a better line, because we often see the Bills beat the Chiefs in the regular season, and then Chiefs come and beat them in the playoffs. So maybe you could wait and possibly get a better number. But
they are favorites at the moment to win it all. And I believe the Bills are the fourth best odds at plus 800. Packers plus 750, Lions plus 700, and then your Chiefs at plus 500. I think that they definitely a couple teams take that spot as the favorite before the season is over for sure. So you're probably right there, Curtis.
It'll flip-flop for sure.
Going to definitely look into that. All right, guys. We had a pretty good night in the NBA last night. We saw a lot of things we liked, and it's time to find some more here tonight as we do have a handful of really good games. It's crazy. I mean, I know it's not anything abnormal or unexpected, but it's just they're right to it. It's from the very start of the season. It's 4 games a week for these guys. If you have a good week, off week is having 3 games in the week instead of 4. It's just 4 games every 8 days for some of these teams. It's pretty ridiculous.
And you got to play on Peacock.
Yeah, that's. Do you guys when a team plays twice in 72 hours? Do you look into that at all? Do you kind of judge that based on how you go about player props?
Definitely. I always look at, who's dealing with probable things like, a sore back, tight legs. Like me and Curtis stayed on yesterday on the YouTube segment. And remember, Curtis, we were looking at the Karl Anthony Towns line. It was juiced up to his PRA was 35, 40 something. He barely got 8 points on 5 boards. So looking at those types of things really, really give you insights. And so it's something me and Curtis have been doing lately is just staying away from it. Just trust your gut, stay out. Take them off the ticket if it's a parlay. If it's a straight, don't even risk it. Try to stay with the healthy guys that have been producing.
Or maybe look at it under, right? I mean, that under was pretty safe there last night.
As soon as you bet it, it bites you.
Yeah, exactly. The player prop unders are one of my biggest fears. As someone who loves betting live game and even just total game unders, I typically stay away from player prop unders just because you never know what's going to happen out there.
Mm-hmm.
Fellas, what do you guys like tonight? Curtis, I want to start with you. Are you looking at any team props or player props for tonight? Which ones? Actually, let's look at it like this first. If either one of you are looking at any team props, let's start with those tonight.
What you got, Curtis?
I don't have any team props. Y'all got anything?
My Big X Big Bet in the Running with Roman show. I like the Rockets to win. I took them as a money line just on a Big X Big Bet, which isn't. I don't typically give out things over minus 200 on a single, but the line's sitting at 5.5. You can probably go get some good juice at 3.5 as well. I like the Rockets to win outright, though. That's a team that I do feel comfortable in saying that I believe is going to win tonight. Outside of that, I hadn't looked into too many specific team props. I was gonna maybe look at the Kings total, right? That line the game sitting at 237.5 with Chicago being favorites. I think Chicago's going to be good. They're 3-0 right now. Are they going to be, consistently keep this up and be one of the top teams in the East? I don't know. I don't think the Kings are going to be very good, but I do think that the Kings play really hard. They play with a lot of energy just because there's not a lot of set roles out there on that team. So a lot of guys kind of being able to do what they want to an extent. I was going to maybe look at the team total for them tonight, just in a game that's expected to be pretty high scoring. I do think that the Kings are going to put up a good amount of points tonight. But the Rockets were the only team that I was saying, I think the Rockets definitely can get a win here tonight. I think the Nuggets can win. It's weird, though, when I see a line I don't agree with. I don't think the Nuggets are going to win comfortably 13-plus tonight. I think the Pelicans have shown that they can defend and stay in these games and make things close and come back if they do get to a deficit. I think the Nuggets win. Do I like him to cover 13? Not really. JR,
Yeah.
what are you thinking team prop-wise tonight?
Team prop, I'm definitely watching the Lakers and the Minnesota game. I'm taking the over. It's 80% right now, so 224.5 over. It's minus 112. So really liking that. Lakers are on the road at Minnesota. No Luka, of course, but I still like the points. Both these teams get up and down. They're top 15 in pace, so I like that. I really didn't have any other team props. I do like Cleveland money line versus Boston. Donovan Mitchell always has a day. Go Card. And that's really about the only other one that I had on the slate.
All right. So I'm just gonna shout those games out right now and say that I'm gonna take those on my fliff bet, my one fliff bet of the day. I'll go ahead and throw a little bit of a over on the Lakers Timberwolves. I'll take Cavs money line, and I'll also I'll throw on the
and some insight on the Lakers game. They overhit in 10 of LA's last 14 games on the road. So that's some insight on that.
You worry about us being able to put enough points up on the board tonight, though?
No, we got AR-15, baby.
Yeah, AR on the road with somebody who can actually guard him now, though.
Debatable. Debatable.
Yeah, we'll see. I expect him to have a good game. I just don't know if we'll get a good showing with the role players here tonight.
Ask everybody in the world who took Austin Reeves unders the last game.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there was people. Yeah, I knew he was going to go off again. Obviously, I didn't think it was going to be 40+, but I knew that he's going to have the ball in his hands too much. He's the point guard right now. He's the primary everything right now. So that 20 to 25 points is almost guaranteed when Luka and LeBron aren't playing. What do you guys like tonight, player prop wise? Let's build up a little something here for the listeners and for ourselves. JR, we'll start with you. Curtis will follow with you after that. What are you guys looking into? What games?
I got Jokic, of course, over 9.5 assists. If it's not broke, don't fix it. He's covered the last 3 games, almost shattering it in a couple. Minus 113 for him. I definitely love the Naz Reid spot. Naz always gives us and the Lakers a matchup challenge, so I love him over 13.5. He always just is the most wide open 3-point shooter against us for whatever reason. So love that spot. Lakers over. Cleveland money line, and then I had a few more props, but I got to get them pulled up. You can go ahead, Curtis.
Yeah, so this next one, it may very well be a trap line, but if so, we're going to fall for the trap, and that's Zach LaVine. His point total is at 22.5. He's had this in every game this season.
Going up against his old team.
Yep. We love revenge spots over here. He's back with his first game in Chicago after spending 8 seasons there. It is on a back-to-back, but honestly, I'm really not worried. He's had 30-plus points in 3 of the 4 games. He got 23 points yesterday in a bad matchup versus the Thunder team. So I think he's up. He's getting around 20 field goal attempts per game.
It's a lot.
Yeah, so we're only going to need about half of those to fall. He'll get to the free throw line, knock a few of those down. So I love Zach LaVine over 22.5 points. And then my other prop is Donovan Mitchell. I know you just mentioned him, JR. I honestly probably should have went with the points. It was around 29.5 or 30.5. He absolutely just comes to play against the Celtics. But I chose the points and assists, 34.5. He's cashed this in 8 straight versus the Celtics, 9 of the last 10 versus the Celtics, and 3 out of 4 games this season. So Cavs out a few guys, so I think Mitch will be scoring a little bit more. The reason I feel more comfortable with the points straight up, honestly, than the points and assists, due to the fact that Sam Merrill's out, as well as Max Strus. So Cavs are kind of limited with their shooting ability on the perimeter. So I think he'll have a big scoring night, though. So
I love it. First thing I'm on tonight, fellas, is Jalen Johnson for the Atlanta Hawks going up against the Brooklyn Nets. His line for points right now is sitting at, I believe, 17.5. And I like this line. I don't think that the Nets have been really good defensively at all. This kind of player type, that wing that can get to the floor, can put the ball on the floor and get to the rim. They've struggled with. They don't have hardly any resistance on that wing out there. Michael Porter Jr. just not the best defender out there. Cam Thomas not putting much in defensively. I really like Jalen Johnson to reach that 17-point mark tonight. 16.5 sitting at minus 180. 17.5 sitting at minus 130. I'm going over the 17 plus at minus 180 here. It's kind of a bit of a parlay prop because I am going to be taking that Zach LaVine with you. But that's going to be my first Big X official punch here on the Ticket Punchers. Jalen Johnson over 16.5 points. I like that one. JR, where are you at?
Yeah, I definitely like that. I love yours and Curtis's picks. The others that I had booked earlier this morning was Zach LaVine PRA 28.5. It's minus 136 right now. He's been covering this pretty easy. Had Dennis Schroeder rebounds and assists over 7.5. He's last 5 of 5. Minus 128. Trey Jones points and assists to keep it inside of that game over 18.5. He's 5 of 5 on this as well. Minus 146. Jokic, the 9.5 assists. And then as a sweetener, it's not a great straight bet because it's minus 260, but Jeremy Grant points over 13.5. The books got him going for about 17, 18, but I watered him down if you want to use it as a parlay piece. But I think he has a really good matchup with the Jazz tonight that I think he will be A-okay. So
I love it. I love it. This is going to wrap us up here on the Ticket Punchers on the radio right now on WXVW Big X Sports Radio. Thank you all so much for listening and tuning in. We'll be going on a few more minutes on the YouTube, on the X, if you guys are interested in tuning in there at Ticket_Punchers. But fellas, let's go punch some tickets. Let's
punch some tickets.
Those tickets. This is going to wrap us up here on the Ticket Punchers.
From the comfort of your own home, check out Ivy Experience.
All right, fellas. I don't have very, very many minutes here as I've got to get out of here and go get to another live show that will be on the Real Spiel Podcast, the Real Spiel live show where we cover all live sports centered around U of L, but pro sports from the fans on the show, basically, where Trevor, Will, and I just talk about the teams that we're into and then all of the Louisville sporting events going on. I also do want to just kind of make sure we've got everything out here settled, and we do want to show parlays for the parlay from last night. Show them, JR, because that one was tough. We lost by one leg, I believe.
Yeah, two legs actually. So it actually made me feel a lot better. Kaminga missed by 1 point as well. So we missed. This one was a no sweat for me. 100 to pay like 8,700. But I know we gave this out on the YouTube and on X. So yeah, every 17 legs we hit 15 out of 17. So it's a really bad beat, but it just shows that we're on pace. Me and Curtis built this together, so we'll probably do something like this again, include you and Roman, and try to smack one of these bad boys this season.
Mm-hmm. Let's make it happen.
Yeah.
So I got a bit of a parlay I'm building here right now. I took Cavaliers, Jalen Johnson, and LaVine on the 3-leg, which I was dumb. I meant to take Jokic on the 3-leg and keep the 3-player props of ours on there on the official punch. But I got the Jokic 10 assists. I've got the over 224.5. I don't really want to double up on props on a parlay, but I mean, I'm doing a quick little build here. I like both of these. And I really like LaVine.
What is it again?
So I've got Jokic 10-plus assists at minus 130. I've got the over 24.5 in the Lakers-Timberwolves game.
I would take the Lakers over off just to be safe. That game could go under. I like them to go over, but if you're going to build something that you want to hit on, I would take that off. It could coming off of a game. Lakers have been playing damn near every other night. it could be one of those nights where Austin Reeves finally does run out of juice, or still score 25, but not have a 40 ball in him. I think Ant is going to smell the blood in the water tonight. Tonight's going to be one of them Ant-Man nights.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially coming off of his injury.
Oh, he's back tonight?
Is he back, or is he out?
No, he's
still out.
Okay. I thought he was out.
In that case, then yeah, I like the over.
Yeah,
it's a little bit more even kill because when you put people in positions that they're not used to playing inside of the normal starting rotation, then that's when things can get up and down a little bit. Lakers got a bunch of young legs out there outside of Ayton's old ass, but the rest of everybody on both teams are, you got Rudy, Ayton,
that Laravia kid.
Yeah, Laravia's coming on. Daniels, Rui. Yeah, we'll be all right. We'll get up and down.
Any upsets we like?
Like money line upsets?
I don't think I see one I like.
I think Houston beats Toronto. I know I saw a lot of people taking Toronto over Houston, but Houston 73%. I like the only one that I could see because is Detroit over Orlando.
Yeah, that one in the Kings game is about it for me.
For whatever reason, Cade always has their number in his back pocket. That's plus 118 for their money line, and their spread is plus 1.5. So Vegas is on the same agenda we are. Money line is 62% Orlando. Brooklyn Nets are not beating the Hawks.
I do have a plus money play in that game. I guess I technically did have a team prop, but it's not like a traditional money line spread or team total. So y'all know FanDuel I think that's the only book I've seen it on. But to score 100 plus points after the third quarter, y'all know that prop?
Yep, by the end of the third, yeah.
Yeah, so I sprinkled on the Hawks to get 100 plus after the third quarter. They haven't got this all season, but it's more of a fade on Brooklyn Nets defense. They're last in almost every category. They give up the most assists, last in points per game allowed, defensive efficiency, opponent field goal percentage. Hawks, fast-paced team, and then, like I said, 3 of the 4 teams that have played the Nets have had over 100 points after the third quarter. So I sprinkled on that for plus 225. So that's
Is there no Benedict Mathurin tonight?
Mathurin. Nope.
Yeah, I like what is that spread? You can get no Mathurin tonight. Mavericks at home. You can get them at minus 4.5 at minus 130.
I didn't know TJ McConnell, Nimbard, Jesus, Obi Toppin, the whole start team is out.
Yeah,
Halliburton, Matthew McConnell, Nimbard, Toppin.
AD's probable, but
with all them injuries, he definitely playing now.
Yeah,
easy stat padding.
He better. I'm about to make I haven't made one of these yet, but the players to score in the first 3 minutes. I
saw somebody hit the key players last night for like 8 G's on $25. Yeah. It was Maxey, Giannis, and like 3 or 4 other superstars. I was like, damn.
Jeez. Yeah, I'm about to see what that's about.
Who are you liking?
So
I don't even know if any of my analytical sites will even have data for that. I feel like those little FanDuel one-off type things, they don't even track.
So I kind of just do my own thing. It takes a little bit of time, but just going to see, what they've been doing already. I'll scroll down to the play-by-play and basically just check the first minute or first 3 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
So right now I have Sengun, Evan Mobley, and Porzingis. I think Mobley's actually cashed this every game this season.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
he's always top 2 bucket getters.
Yeah, and Jaylen Brown's supposed to be guarding him. So yeah,
Jaylen Brown gardens this guarding Evan
he's
Mobley.
At the BF, yeah. So yeah, they got
what's that over looking like for Evan?
No, seriously, yeah.
Oh,
He's gonna have a
man.
lot of mismatches this year. Yeah.
Speaking of Jared Allen, dude, he ain't been looking good, bro.
Yeah, really? I haven't really paid it much attention.
He
Yeah.
has not. He has
He is
been like
not, normally he's like
on offense.
he's like normally solid 10, 12 boards and 10 points at least, dude. I took him first game. I think he had 2 points, 4 points. I was
We
like,
got a message
Jesus.
in here on the chat from Lazard guy on the X chat. Said JR talked about Andrews yesterday. I like Likely as well. Expected the Ravens to be run heavy, but if they open it up at all, Miami has struggled against legit pass catching tight ends all season.
I like that too, Lazard. I'm sure everybody likes Likely. Not everybody likes Todd Monken. Monken has not been dialing up plays for Likely like he did the previous season. That's the only reason why I've been staying away from Likely. And Andrews has barely been getting, his normal production. He used to be wide receiver 1. Now he's like 4th on the damn catch depth chart. But no, I agree with you. He should, man. Both tight ends should have 25 plus every game, in my opinion.
Do we like Aaron Gordon's 6 rebounds tonight at -1?
Oh yeah. I don't even know who they're playing, and I'm gonna say Pelicans. Yeah,
I know that Missy, he takes up a lot of space.
Yeah,
I don't think he plays enough to negate Nugget rebounds like that.
Nah, but Pelicans gonna miss a lot of shots too, so it's gonna be free reign.
Yeah, I'm on the Aaron Gordon.
And I think Zion's out too for sure.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think of these 4 legs I've got so far? Jokic 10 assists, Aaron Gordon 6+ assists, Mavericks to win by 4.5.
Gordon assists or rebound?
Rebounds, 6+ rebounds. Sorry. Dallas Mavericks to win by 4.5, and the Cleveland Cavaliers to win by 2. I really don't like going over 4 legs unless I start taking watered down stuff, fellas. But what do you guys think of that?
Cleveland will cover by 2.
Their spread's going down. I'll lean Cleveland to win. I do think Celtics can keep it close for most of the game, but Celtics,
and they're at home.
But I think Cleveland will end up winning.
Oh wow! I didn't know Boston has. Is it 3 losses in a row? Yeah, they got 3 losses in a row. Wow.
They've played hard in all of them, though.
Yeah, I know, but still, that's crazy, man. Should have never they got nobody out there. They should have never let Porzingis walk, dude. That's a mistake. You let Drew, I can understand, but the unicorn, nah.
I like the lay though. Dallas should
I like
handle in Indiana.
It's in Dallas.
Yeah, with that many injuries, I think Dallas is gonna have a night, especially the big boys. I think it'll be a good game for Coop. I don't see with Toppin being out. I don't know who's going to guard Flag. I think this could be a good game for him to bounce back in.
AD should have a field day against what's his name? Isaiah Jackson from Kentucky.
Yeah, light work.
Yeah, and Jay Huff at the PF. Like
anybody else that's got a lot of injuries right now?
A lot of teams, man.
Well,
that's the only thing with NBA.
Anybody that's got like 5 or 6 key guys out, like the Pacers. I mean, the Pacers got
a lot of people.
2 starters, or Mathurin doesn't really start, but Obi Toppin, Mathurin, and Nimbar, that's guys that play a lot of minutes. I don't think anybody else is missing that many guys.
McConnell's out too.
Oh, TJ, yeah,
they're missing McConnell, Halliburton, Mathurin, Nimbar, and
why is it only 6? Why is it okay? It just went up to 6.5. Okay, there's that. There's some movement.
What did?
Oh, it went down though. It opened up at 7.5.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, it was 5.5 when we started the show, and now it's 6.5.
For what prop?
The Mavericks spread.
Oh, let me take a look at the insights on it. Let's go games. Mav spread. They still got it tight. Spread 47% for Pacers. I'm guessing it. No, it's at Dallas, so that shouldn't matter. 61% of the money's taken Dallas spread. 79% money line. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of close. I mean, anywhere between that 53 and 47% of bets is kind of iffy. 68% is taking the over, though. 228.5 minus 112.
All right, I'm gonna throw Levine on there instead of the Cavs since I got the Cavs money line already.
Yeah, I really like his PRA. That's what I had on mine. His PRA 28.5 minus 136. You could even do what me and Curtis did yesterday and just water him down to like 25-ish, and it'll still sweeten the parlay. But I think he should get that pretty easy.
All right, fellas, I'm gonna end stream and get out of here unless you guys want to stay on stream.
I ain't got nothing to do. If anyone of y'all want to hang on,
I would. I gotta pick the baby up, unfortunately.
all good. Yeah. Send all the plays. We can put everything on the ticket_punchers account.
Give us a follow.
Yeah. Punch some
Bizarre
tickets.
Guy also says use the no sweat on Anthony Davis first basket.
I was just looking at that game, and they don't have because I was gonna take AD for scoring the first 3 minutes, but that's the only game they don't have it up. But I was looking at that first basket plus 480. Nice.
I like that.
All right, fellas.
All right, y'all. Let's punch some tickets.
Punch those
Be safe.
tickets.